I don't love you, Elena. I never did.
Elena Bennett sat in her private hospital room staring at divorce papers while her fourth miscarriage threatened to tear her world apart. Or so she thought. Her soon-to-be ex-husband, Logan Bennett, towered over her bed. Sign them, now. Elena looked up at his cold, unwavering expression. The brutality of his timing sent a shiver down her spine. Her hand trembled as she took the pen and signed her name.
How did it come to this?
Just 2 hours earlier, Elena Bennett was walking the familiar path through the Beverly Hills Hospital, believing the worst thing that could happen that day already had. Her fourth miscarriage in the past 6 months. As she approached the nurse's station, her steps were measured and controlled. She wore simple pearl earrings and a cream cashmere sweater, her hair in a loose chignon. Yet there was something fragile in her movements today. Her usual grace in public seemed strained. 10 months of playing the perfect happy wife had already taken its toll, and her composure was starting to slip. The nurse appeared, Brooke, Elena remembered, holding a tablet and wearing a sympathetic smile. They'd developed a rapport over these past months, though neither acknowledged it directly.
Mrs. Bennett, everything's ready for you.
She hesitated.
I had them bring in fresh flowers. The peonies you mentioned liking last time.
Elena nodded, throat tight.
Thank you.
Inside the private room, Elena sank onto the bed, her composure wavering for just a moment. 4 miscarriages on 4 Tuesdays. Each one stole a little more of her hope, her future, pieces of herself she wasn't sure she'd ever get back. Her hand shook slightly as she reached for her phone. The call rolled to voicemail as she knew it would, as it always did on these Tuesdays. You've reached Logan Bennett. If this is about the Tokyo murder, contact my office. If this is about the charity gala, contact my assistant. Elena closed her eyes, letting her husband's recorded voice wash over her. Smooth, professional, and emotionless.
Logan, I'm at Cedars again. Same room, same story.
She paused, swallowing hard.
Just once, I wish you'd answer. Just once, I wish you'd...
She cut herself off, years of training kicking in. Even in private messages, there were appearances to maintain. She ended the call and immediately dialed Logan's assistant, Kevin. Kevin answered with his usual neutral tone. Mr. Bennett's office.
It's Elena. Tell Logan I'm at Cedars.
She stared out the window, the Bennett building rising like a silver needle against the sky.
Though I suspect you already knew that.
Kevin paused briefly, hesitating. I'll pass along the message, Mrs. Bennett. Elena lay back against the pillows, one hand resting protectively over her stomach. Time moves strangely in hospital rooms, stretching, contracting, leaving too much space for your thoughts you'd rather not have. She counted the flowers in the arrangement Sarah had brought, 13 peonies, their pale pink petals already beginning to unfurl. 13, an unlucky number. She almost laughed at the irony. Suddenly, the door to her room swung open with a startling force. Logan stood there, power and privilege wrapped in a perfect suit, every inch the corporate titan he'd been groomed to be. He filled the doorway with his presence, 6 feet tall, razor-sharp jawline, and a physique that betrayed regular sessions with LA's most expensive personal trainers. But his face held nothing of concern, only irritation. Really, Elena, today, of all days. She looked up at him, still playing the role she'd perfected over several months of marriage. Perfect wife, perfect patient, perfect puppet.
I'm sorry. I didn't exactly plan this.
Logan's jaw tightened, a muscle ticking beneath his perfectly clean-shaven skin. Let's not do this now.
Do what? I'm just lying here losing another baby. Don't let me keep you from anything important.
The words came out more bitter than she'd intended, and she saw him bristle. He paced the length of the room, agitation in every step. Since we're both here, we might as well discuss this.
Discuss what?
Elena was still quiet and controlled, even as her heart began racing. Our marriage. Logan pulled out a stack of papers. This arrangement has run its course. Elena felt the air leave her lungs.
Arrangement?
My grandfather was very specific. Marriage, heir, company ownership. Simple requirements. His laugh was short, harsh. For some reason, he chose you. The perfect paper wife. Except you can't seem to handle the most basic part. Understanding dawned slowly, painfully, like poison spreading through her veins.
You married me for the company?
Of course. Logan's voice held no emotion. Why else would I marry someone like you? No connections, no real value, just a pretty face my grandfather inexplicably trusted. Elena's fingers twisted in the expensive sheets. Her knuckles white with tension.
Someone like me.
Let's be honest. We were never going to work. Even if you had managed to carry a child, I planned to divorce you anyway. He paused, a cruel smile playing at his lips, the kind she'd seen him use just before hostile takeovers. I don't love you, Elena. I never did. I love Ivy. The divorce papers landed in front of her like a judgment. Elena stared at them, her world tilting on its axis.
Ivy? The girl on TV?
Actually, she's been my girlfriend since before the wedding.
He straightened his tie, a nervous tell Elena had noticed before but never mentioned. She understands me, cares about me, not just my money. A soft, broken laugh escaped her. Says the man who married for his grandfather's company. The words hung in the air between them as he glared at her. She quickly looked away. You can't fight this, Elena. The prenup is airtight. Take the dignified exit. It's the only thing you have left. Sign them. Now. Her signature was steady, even as her world crumbled. Logan gathered the papers, tucking them into his briefcase like he was collecting just another contract. He left without a word, the door closing with quiet finality. Elena shut her eyes and attempted to breathe deeply as she desperately tried to rein in her emotions.
Am I dreaming? Did that just happen? Divorced in a hospital bed. This is not how my life was supposed to go.
Moments later, Elena's doctor entered, chart in hand. Mrs. Bennett? Miss Drake. She opened her eyes, her voice suddenly different. Something steel-edged beneath the softness. It's Miss Drake now. The doctor blinked but recovered quickly. Oh, excuse me, Miss Drake. I have good news. The baby is fine. Just normal first trimester spotting. Elena nodded slowly, processing this impossibility, as one hand drifted to her stomach and the other reached for her phone. Inside her, something shifted, rearranging itself into a harder shape. Grayson, Logan and it's over. Tell Arthur to release the trust. Elena's voice was calm and controlled. And have the penthouse ready by tonight. She paused as she listened, the slight curl of a smile appearing on her lips. No, brother, this isn't like before. This time, we're taking everything. She ended the call and stood, smoothing her sweater with steady hands. The movement was graceful, practiced, the same way she'd smoothed her clothes 1,000 times before at 1,000 society events. But this time, it felt like an armor being fastened into place. Elena stepped outside and the roar of an approaching helicopter filled the air. As she walked, her head held high, something dangerous appeared in her eyes. Poor Logan. He's been so busy playing corporate chess, he never noticed who was moving the pieces. Men like him never do. They're too focused on the queen to remember that pawns can become queens too, given enough patience and the right position. She approached the waiting helicopter, the wind whipping her hair free from its careful style. Her security guard, Marcus, helped her inside the helicopter. Take me home, but circle the Bennett building on the way. Her hand rested on her stomach, protective and sure. Baby's first lesson in patience. Revenge, like all good things, takes time. The helicopter rose over the city, banking toward the gleaming Bennett Tower. Elena watched it grow closer, her face reflected in the glass. No longer the docile wife, but something far more dangerous. Elena Drake was done playing nice. She was back. And this time, she was playing for keeps.